So you can get the disposable ones, surgical supply,
That's what I've been told, yeah. And
or a hospital.
I,
It's called Hobble, Havel. There's a,
Okay.
it's like a, yeah, they sell a lot of different
Be careful
scalpels.
what you do on camera.
Right.
the nice thing about a scalpel is, for me, I notice that Lorna says, you know, she changes hers all the time, and this may be another reason why I can't get some of the effects I want, but I will actually, if this doesn't start doing what I want it to do, and people are gonna think I'm nuts.
Going,
Huh?
going.
I've done the tip of it.
Okay.
Just the tip, and then I'll go back in and find where the burr is and just keep repositioning the knife. And, you know, you can only do that so many times, then I have to get a new blade because then, you know, it gets too messed up. But when I only have one scalpel on me and I have, you know, and I'm on my lunch at work, when I work on these, I have to make whatever I have with me last.
Right.
And I just keep going back over, back over, back over. It does take a little bit of getting used to if you use a magnifying glass, because you can only see a limited area of your work, and there's distortion around the edges. So I only use this whenever I'm doing finer stuff, and then, you know, it's set back, take a look at it, you go on to the next one if you're happy with what you got. And that's all that time for that little bitty piece. You just keep building up, keep building up, keep building up. Somebody last night when I was goofing around with this without looking at a reference or anything, somebody's like, oh, it looks like an ear of corn. And it's Susan said that. I'm actually like, well, you know what? I was actually thinking about turning it into an ear of corn. So it's not just scales, you can do so many other things. And what I did for the scales is the same exact thing that I did for the belly of the shark over here, which I think is so cool. Lorna actually came up with the title for it, Dining After Dark. So that's basically it. I hope I didn't bore you too much.
No, you didn't want
Is there, one thing, you might notice that there are a few, I'm going to check to see if there's more of these. This is made by Westcott. It's one of the best holders. It's thick barrel and a little bit heavier. It's got a rubber grip, but it actually, the way it's made is awesome. It's got a locking notch that actually slides into an area here that's on the jaw, to where once I go up, you know, tighten my X-Actos, I'd have to do this. With this, I just slide it forward, twist, it locks it into place, and I tighten it. And my hand's nowhere near the blade, which for me, that's a good thing. Another nice thing about this is, Lorna likes it, is the fact that you can take an entire scalpel blade and put it in there, whereas my X-Acto knives, you actually had to break the blade off to get it to fit in there, in the X-Acto. And whenever I take this apart, most jaws are one piece. This is actually 3 pieces on the inside. It's got a little locking dimple there, which this sets on, which holds the blade in place, in my eyes, better. It's just really a pain in the butt. It's the only but only fault about this is getting it all back to line up and then sliding it back in. I usually don't take this apart.
It's like a,
The beauty of this, that notch, and I used this thing for probably a month before I even noticed the notch was there. When I was looking at it, I'm like, what the heck is that? So I turned around and lined it up, you know, slid the blade in, which I probably wouldn't have put together, but slid the blade in, line up the notch there with the knob. I'm sure there's no proper names for these, but that's what I'm going to go with. Slide it forward, and I was lucky enough to find these in big lots for $3. It comes with a lid. The thing I noticed about the lid, if you got a scalpel blade in there, you can see there's a bunch of cuts on the edges. You have to make sure the blade's sideways when you put it in, and it's got these cuts all the way down. The one that I have at home that I use most of the time that I leave there, this is my traveling kit. I took Scotch tape, took Scotch tape and just a couple wraps around while it's on the knife, so it'll keep it from spreading open even further and splitting and breaking the top, and it still comes off and goes on.
So now that you're on Phil, where do you work?
Where I work, my name is Rodman. I work at